Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, my teacher is partner. Today, my group number 11 will be presentation about causes and symptoms of disease in plants. Before I play my presentation, I will introduce my group team. Is number one is Sita Ramasari, number two is Retno Dwi Setianingsih, number three is Dian Fasiha, and number four is me, Denis Christian Herdianto. Causes of disease in plants. The causes of disease in plants are divided into two, namely is one. One is not a living thing or abiotic. Number two is living things or biotic. Next, non-living things or abiotic. One, states of the land. Uh, Example is lack of nutrients in the soil. Number two is soil structure. Number three is excess soil acidity level. And number four is dangerous salt content. Next, number two is weather conditions. Example is less exposure to sunlight. Number two is extreme temperature. Number three is excessive wind. Number four is too much rain. And number five is water that is not in accordance with the portion. Number three is agricultural treatment. Example is mechanical damage by farming tools. And number two is chemical damage by pesticides. This is the image of treatment technology of constructed wetlands. Next. Living things are biotic. Number is bacteria or class Zygomycotes. Bacteria are single-celled microorganisms that are so small that they can only be seen with a microscope. Bacteria reproduce by dividing themselves. Next is Tia's presentation.
Number 2, fungi. Fungi are multicellular organisms with a cell wall and a cell nucleus. Mushrooms have various sizes, from very small to those that can be seen with the naked eye. Some classes of fungi that interfere with plants, namely A. Ascomyces class, B. Picomyces class, C. Basidiomyces class, D. Deuteromyces class. 3. Mycoplasma-like organism, or MLO. Mycoplasma-like organisms are very small microorganisms that can only be seen using an electron microscope. Mycoplasma can change shape, don't have a cell wall, and reproduce by dividing. 4. Bacterium-like organism. Bacterium-like organisms are microorganisms between bacteria and mycoplasma, but are more similar to bacteria. Examples such as CVPD. 5. Virus. Viruses are obligate pathogens with very small or submicroscopic particles. 6. High-hair plants. High-level plants that fall into the class of infectious disease are Thaliputri. The plants that they live in can dry up and die because the plant fluids are sucked in continuously. This plant belongs to the group of parasites. Symptoms of plant disease. Symptoms are expression of the disease caused by the manifestation of the physiological reaction of the plant due to harmful activity of the pathogen. Symptoms may include a detectable change in color, shape, or function of the plant as it responds to the pathogen. Example, potassium deficiency symptoms on a tomato leaf. Symptoms can be divided based on 1. The nature of the symptoms. 1. Local symptoms. 2. Systemic symptoms. 2. Changes that occur in cells. 1. Necrotic type. 2. Hypoplastic type. 3. Hyperplastic type.
The nature of the symptoms. Number 1. Local symptoms. Local symptoms are symptoms that are limited to certain plant parts. The example, leaf spot. And then number 2. Systemic symptoms. Systemic symptoms are symptoms that are evenly distributed throughout the plant body. The example, welts in tomatoes caused by verticillium. Changes that occur in cells. Number 1. Necrotic symptoms. Necrotic is a state of the death of plant tissue due to the physiological activity of the pathogen, characterized by degeneration of the protoplasm followed by the death of tissue cell, then parts of the plant until the whole plant die. Necrosis of the green plant parts leads to form number of disease symptoms like damping off, spots, shot holes, blood, and others. This is the example of necrotic symptoms. Purple blotch of garlic by Alternaria pori.
Hypoplastic symptoms. Symptoms of hypoplastic is a delay in cell development. In this symptom, there are obstacles in the size and color of the plant part. Example, dwarf albicaution, no green leaves form, suppression, no body part form, isolation, a mix of dwarfism and chlorosis. Next. This is a chlorosis ring spot by BCMV yellowish. Okay, next. Hyperplastic symptoms. Hyperplastic symptoms are the presence of cell development that exceed normal. X. Curly, scabious, scab. This is scarred tomato leaves, caused by tomato leaf scare virus.
Okay, this is our good presentation. If our speaking is wrong, for apologize. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.